Hey everyone. So in this video, I want to go over an interesting feature on Cisco IOS, which is manipulating the RFC that OSPF uses to do some traffic engineering. So this is kind of an interesting way to solve a problem, but first we'll just go over the basic topology and what that problem actually is. So here we have three routers together, and we're going to have a loopback on both of these routers. That's just going to be the 23/8 network. And what we're going to do is we're going to redistribute both of those routes towards R1, and one of them is going to come in as an N route, and then the other one is going to come in as an E route. So we'll see which one is preferred, and then we'll see how we can change the RFC to, so that we can force the traffic to go the other way. So I'll jump onto the equipment and wherever my console is. Okay. So as of right now, show IP OSPF, or let's do show IP route OSPF. We currently don't have anything in there. So I'll go to R2 and actually let me double check to make sure which one is. We can see area 13 is the NSSA. So what I'll do is I'll go to the regular area, the non-stubby area, and conft router OSPF1, redistribute connected, and we'll just do subnets. All right. So now if we go to R1, we should see that route there, which we do, and we see it as an OE2 route. All right. So now let's do that same exact route, but on R3. Router OSPF1, redistribute connected subnets. Okay. And now we can see the N2 is in the routing table. So by default in Cisco IOS, the N2 routes are going to be preferred over the E2 routes. And the reason is if I do show IP OSPF include RFC, it says supports NSSA compatible with RFC 3101. So if I go to my web browser, I already have 3101 up here, and I'm not going to read the RFC to you, but in here, it specifies that the N routes are going to be preferred over the E routes. The important thing to us, though, is that it obsoletes RFC 1587. This was the original OSPF NSSA RFC, and in this one, it specifies that the E routes are preferred over the N routes, so it's the opposite. So let's go back to our equipment, and let's say we have some sort of, let's say we're in the lab exam or something, and they tell us that we have to prefer the route from 2, which is the E route, but we're not allowed to change the area types. So we can't just take that and the NSSA area and make it to a normal area, or vice versa. We can't change the area types, but we have to prefer that route. Under normal circumstances, there's nothing we can do because the N route is always going to be preferred over the E route. It doesn't matter if we change cost, if we change bandwidth, nothing. If it's the same exact prefix, the N route's always going to be preferred. So what we can actually do is if we go into router OSPF and we do compatible, and you see here we have 2 RFC options. The one that's interesting to us is RFC 1587. So again, compatible with RFC 1587. So what I'll do is 1587, and there should be no more options. So now that I changed that, let's do that show IP OSPF include RFC. And now we can see we supports NSSA with this RFC as compatibility. Now, show IP route OSPF. Now we can see we're doing the E route. We're preferring the E route. So kind of an interesting little trick feature. you probably wouldn't use it in production, but it's a cool way to solve this problem of there's no way to get the E route preferred over the N route. Well, you could just change the RFC that the router uses, and it prefers the E route. So I hope you learned something. I hope this is kind of a cool trick. And thanks for watching.